Hey guys, welcome to our channel. So, we've been decoding the Bible extractions. We took a little detour, which, by the way, um, I'm going to pursue that detour further, um, just to see what happens with random letter sequences. I've got I spent some time this morning and got a couple to go through. I didn't spend a lot of time on it, just seeing if it'd go through, and one of them I actually predicted was going to go through based on a model um, from our Mandela Effect decode. And then it went through. So I predicted it was actually going to go through. Excuse me. And, excuse me for that. So yeah, I predicted that one. I actually predicted that both would, because the random letters looked similar to some of our other letter patterns that we got with the Mandela Effect changes. Should that surprise me considering we're running random letters? Of course it shouldn't, because random letters randomly will produce, you know, a similar pattern. The exact pattern, maybe, probably not. But similar enough that I was able to predict that they should go through and form some sort of a pattern, and they did. Um, Now, would have I been able to predict that? Have we not run our Mandela effect changes and got a feel for the patterns? I don't know. I know not. But so yeah, um, we're gonna proceed, and I'm gonna keep investigating the other angle. And by the way, the other thing I found out this weekend was that our variance percents and graphs, um, the formula is solid, and assuming that the variables are correct, then the variance percent should be correct, and um, uh, the charts should be close. Obviously, they're not going to be perfect because I'm putting them in by hand, but you know, they're right there on the mark, right around there. So it's close enough for a graph. And he suggested they looked like sound waves, and if you could find a way to run them as they would run with sound, it might say something, or who knows. And I'm working on that as well. And that's another reason I'm ready to get back into the charts, because we know that data is solid, and I'm fairly certain this data is solid too. I mean, this stuff's coming out of changes, not random letters, guys. I mean, so the fact that random letters will form similar patterns, of course, will they every time? No, because it's random. So, getting into our Bible conversions now, we had several changes. All right, we had the lion shall lay down with the lamb, changed to the wolf shall dwell with the lamb. So lion changed to wolf, and if you cross off the L in the O and the L in the O in order, and bring down the remaining letters that are different, you end up with INWF from lion wolf. Right here. So you cross off your like letters, L and O, and then INWF, and we brought INWF down. Then lay down, change to dwell. So you cross off in order, one L and one L, and a D, and a D, and a W, and a W, and what you're left with is AYON. EL, and we brought AYONEL down. All right. Then forgive us our trespasses changed to forgive us our debts. So trespasses changed to debts. And if you cross off in order, T because it's alike, and you cross off E because it's alike, and you cross off an S because that's alike, you wind up with R, S, P, A, S, S, E, S, D, B, and we brought R, S, P, A, S, S, E, S, D, B down. All right. Then those who trespass against us changed to our debtors. Uh, uh, DB. So, trying to get this straight, guys, where we're at exactly. So, those who trespass against us changed to our debtors. Now, this was a little more tricky. All right. So, if you you have to cross off in order the T because it's alike. So you got to come over to our debtors and cross off the T in debtors. Then you have O in those, and you have to come over here and cross off the O in our. All right, in order. Then you have S in those and S in debtors. You cross that off. And you have E in those and E in debtors. So you cross, E in debtors right here. So you cross that off. All right. Then you have O in who, and you cross off the O in debtors. In order. And then you have R in trespasses, and you cross off the R in our. Then you have to come all the way over to U in us, crosses off the U in our. And what you are left with is H, W, H, T, E, S, P, A, S, S, the whole word against, A, G, I, N, A, G, A, I, N, S, T, and the S in us. And we brought that down right here. H, W, H, T, E, S, P, A, S, S, A, G, A, I, N, S, T, S. And then out of debtors, you end up with D and B and R. And you brought D and B and R down. And I may have said you crossed the R off of debtors, but you actually crossed the R off of our because it's in order. And you brought DBR down. And that got you to the end of that. Well, Matt changed straight over to couch. And there is absolutely nothing to cross off. So we just brought MAT and COUCH. All right. Then wine skins changed to bottles. And if you cross off the E in wine and the E in bottles and the S in skins and the S in bottles in order, you're left with WINKINS BOTTL. And we brought WINKINS BOTTL down. All right, those are your extractions. We got those to run through all the categories. We got all that to run through stock market finance. We got it to run through genetics. We got it to run through medical. We got it to run through chemicals. We got it to run through technology. We got it to run through research groups. We got it to run through random hits. And we did run it through a word scrambler, and the most interesting thing to me was that came up was warfare, psychological warfare, which I found to be interesting. But you got a lot of words, but not a lot to make sense of, and you got some stuff in translations, but nothing we could really put together in Google. So there was no video about that. But we did use this numerology chart to convert these to numerological numbers, like we've been doing. And I was 9, N is 5, W is 5, F is 6, A is 1, Y is 7, O is 6, N is 5, E is 5, L is 3, R is 9, S is 1, P is 7, A is 1, S is 1, S is 1, E is 5, and S is 1. D is 4, B is 2, H is 8, W is 5, H is 8, T is 2, E is 5, S is 1, P is 7, A is 1, S is 1, S is 1, A is 1. G is 7, A is 1, I is 9, N is 5, S is 1, T is 2, S is 1, D 4, B 2, R 9. M is 4, A is 1, T is 2, C is 3, O is 6, U is 3, C is 3, H is 8, W is 5, I is 9, N is 5, K is 2, I is 9, N is 5, S is 1, B is 2, 0 is, or O is 6, T is 2, T is 2, and L is 3. So what you wind up with is 9, 5, 5, 6, 1, 7, 6, 5, 5, 3, 9, 1, 7, 1, 1, 1, 5, 1, 4, 2, 8, 5, 8, 2, 5, 1, 7, 1, 1, 1, 1, 7, 1, 9, 5, 1, 2, 1, 4, 2, 9. 4, 1, 2, 3, 6, 3, 3, 8, 5, 9, 5, 2, 9, 5, 1, 2, 6, 2, 2, 3. And that is what it looks like. That's a lot of numbers. But we're going to keep rolling. In the coming days, we'll try to run those numbers through the categories and run those numbers against who we circle as potential quantum network users. And I think we will do the binary like we've been doing and get all the information out of this as we can, because again, I think there's definitely something to it, because these are changes. So they're not actually random letters. Excuse me a moment. So anyway, excuse me guys for that again, but so anyway, yeah, that's you are dealing with random letters versus Mandela Effect extractions. So what's in the Mandela Effect extractions is probably a little more important than what's in the random letters. So we will, in fact, finish this out, and then probably when we're done with everything with the Bible, we probably will do bar and grill, just like we said. And then I would love to get back into the chart and see what I can do with that, with those numbers as well, because that's the other data set that we have, and that's a hard data set, a hard number to put a percentage on it. And I know we can do stuff with that as well. So there's all sorts of things that we need to be looking at, and we'll see how it transpires from here. But that's going to be it. for this. That's your extractions. That's your numbers. I'll be attaching this video uh, to our number decode so that we don't have to do this every time. And because that's a lot. So we'll see how the numbers play out in the coming days. So for now, guys, thanks for all your thumbs up, thumbs down. Thanks for your comments, leads, feedback, and subscriptions. And thanks a lot for watching, guys. And for now, you guys have a great rest of your day.